Let me ask you something. When's the last time you truly let yourself receive love? Not just a half-hearted thanks when your coworker offers you a piece of gum, but actually let the warmth of care or a compliment wash over you. If you're racking your brain trying to remember or secretly hoping nobody notices your answer, you're not alone. In fact, most of us humans are walking around with hearts a bit like automatic doors at the grocery store they could open with a gentle nudge. But half the time, the sensors are a little wonky. We all know life can sometimes make us feel like love is this exclusive club with a bouncer at the door. Maybe you think you need to wear something fancier, smile a different way, or never, ever trip over your words. Here's the thing, it's exhausting working so hard just to feel worthy of love. Like showing up to a potluck and thinking you had to cater the whole thing alone. But let's pause for a second, because I want to acknowledge you. I know you might feel like you've tried opening your heart before. Maybe you got disappointed, hurt. Maybe you grew up surrounded by people who clutched love like it was the very last slice of pizza on earth. Maybe you're carrying years or even decades of messages telling you love has to be earned, and only after you've checked off impossible boxes. Be smarter, be taller, be less weird at parties. If that's you, I see you. I know how real that struggle feels. So take a moment and allow yourself to be human right now. No judgment, no fixing, just noticing. Let's talk about this core challenge. Why is it so difficult to simply let ourselves receive love? Why do we turn compliments into tennis balls we smack right back at people? Or treat kindness as something suspicious, like an email from a prince wanting to wire us $1 million? At the root of it, most of us have built up some barriers, old experiences, self-doubt, and a stubborn little voice in our head saying, "Yeah, but not you. You're an exception." The world taught us that if we protect ourselves behind enough, "I've got this, and I'm fine," really, then nothing can hurt us. But here's the trick. The same walls that keep out hurt also block out joy, connection, and yes, love. What if I told you those barriers might have been helpful once, but now they're like carrying around a winter coat in the middle of July? Uncomfortably heavy, a little sweaty, and completely unnecessary for the weather you're in now. Let's get practical. Let's take a little journey into how the brain works. Because science says our minds love habits, good ones, weird ones, ones that tell us never to trust a person wearing cargo shorts. Right now, your habit might be to deflect love, to avoid vulnerability, or to question nice things that come your way. But the brain is actually quite flexible. It's called neuroplasticity, but you don't need the biology degree to benefit. Every new thought, every moment you allow yourself to receive love, you're rewiring those circuits and opening up fresh possibilities. Philosophers would say that love isn't something you get when you finally fix yourself. Love is your default setting. It's your operating system, not an expensive app you have to download after you qualify. So, how do we update our system software to receive infinite love? Here's a framework you can plug in right now, some simple steps you can start, even while you're muting that next Zoom meeting. No shame, I've done it. Step 1. Start with curiosity, not criticism. When you notice you're shutting down, sidestepping a compliment, or explaining away someone's affection, pause. Imagine you're a gentle scientist, not a security guard. Isn't it interesting how I instantly dismissed that kind word? Don't shame yourself. Just observe it. The goal is awareness, not judgment. Step 2, interrupt the pattern with affirmation. This is the moment where you get to be your own hype person. It might sound corny, but trust me, it works. Take a breath and say, "It's safe for me to let love in." Or, "I am open and willing to receive love in small or big ways from myself and others." Feel like a fraud at first? That's normal. Half of confidence is just showing up for the rehearsal. Step 3, practice tiny receives. Think of it as building your love muscle at the emotional gym without any unnecessary sweating or pricey memberships. Every single day, pick one act, just one, where you allow yourself to receive without pushing it away or qualifying it. It could be accepting praise for a job well done without adding, "Oh, it was nothing." Or when a friend offers to pay for your coffee, don't launch into a wallet duel, smile and accept. Even the classic, "You look nice today," just answer with a sincere "thank you." And notice how tricky that can be at first. That little discomfort? It's the sound of your heart's hinges getting some WD-40. Step 4. Give yourself the gift you want to receive. It turns out, the person most in need of your love is, you guessed it, you. So treat yourself with the same gentleness and encouragement you offer everyone else. That voice in your head? Would you talk to your best friend that way? I doubt it. If you want infinite love from the world, show yourself infinite patience, playfulness, and kindness. It might be a few extra minutes in a hot shower, an afternoon nap, a walk in the sun, or simply letting yourself off the hook when you make a mistake. Step 5. Visualize yourself as open. I know, the word visualize makes some of us want to giggle or roll our eyes, but bear with me, this works. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your heart as a blooming flower, or if you're less poetic, maybe an automatic door with the "now open" sign flashing. Picture light pouring into your chest, warming every corner. The more often you do this, the more that openness starts to take root in your everyday life. Step 6. Get a little bold, ask for connection. Vulnerable? Yes. But you're not bothering people by saying you'd love a hand or a hug, or asking someone to listen for a moment. Often we block love not because it isn't there, but because we forget that it's okay to ask for what we need. Give others the joy of giving by letting yourself receive. Now, let's sprinkle in a little humor, because honestly, opening your heart isn't always a photogenic Zen experience. Sometimes it's messy, awkward, a little bit like eating spaghetti in a white shirt. You might get emotional when someone offers kindness, or freeze up when someone cares. That's okay. That's part of the magic. If your receiving practice today just means letting your neighbor's cat rub up against your leg without shooing it away, celebrate it. Also, life will test you. A random bad driver will cut you off, a paper towel dispenser will refuse to cooperate, or your favorite show will get canceled right after a cliffhanger. These aren't signs you're failing. They're just reminders that love isn't always about the big gestures. It's a million little choices to let positive things in, even when the world feels out of whack. So what do you do when setbacks come, when someone lets you down? Or you slip back into old habits and start fortifying your heart again? First, breathe. Then, remind yourself there's no finish line here. Opening your heart is like brushing your teeth, needs regular attention, and sometimes you miss a spot. The point is to return, again and again, with kindness and curiosity. Here's the fun part about this journey. The more you receive, the more you send out without even realizing it. Ever notice how one smile can change the energy in a whole room? That's contagious love. When you say yes to good things, when you receive a little kindness without arguing, you model that same openness for everyone around you. Your courage gives others silent permission to put down their own shields. Here's another actionable tip, and it's weirdly effective. Mirror work. I know, looking at yourself in the mirror can feel awkward, but trust me on this. Make direct eye contact and say, "I love you. I am open and willing to be loved." Keep saying it, even if the first 5 times you break out in laughter or start inspecting your eyebrows. What we reinforce, we begin to believe. Your brain wires itself to this new truth. And when you really want to level up, practice loving boundaries, because being open to love isn't about letting in every single opinion, demand, or energy that happens to wander by. Receiving love doesn't mean turning yourself into an emotional doormat. Quite the opposite. Loving boundaries shape the spaces where love can grow safely. So the next time you feel pressured to give more than you have, or say yes when your heart wants to say not today, remind yourself, saying no to things that drain you is saying yes to space for real love to flourish. That's not selfish, that's essential upkeep. If you feel a bit emotionally rusty, Start with what I call micro acts of love. Hold the door for yourself, pick up your favorite snack, let yourself take a nap when you need it. Treat yourself as you would a dear old friend visiting from out of town, patient, forgiving, and quietly delighted to be in their company. Every time you do this, you're not just practicing self-love, you're showing your subconscious, hey, I'm worthy of care and comfort. Let's keep it real for a second. Sometimes you'll try these practices and they'll feel ridiculous or like you're pretending. That's not failure, that's the training phase. Remember, no baby ever stood up for the first time and sprinted across the living room. Stumbles, laughter, and weird little dance moves are part of growth. And now, let's talk about love's weird tendency to show up in disguise. Sometimes it's not a grand gesture or poetic confession, it's the text from a friend checking in, the neighbor who remembers your name, or the universe giving you a green light when you're late. The challenge is to notice those moments, count them, and let them change your inner dialogue. Because the more you see love in unexpected corners, the more you create pathways for bigger, brighter love to find you. Here's another practical exercise. Whenever you feel yourself shutting down, I don't need help, they probably don't mean it, try creating a gratitude pause. Stop for 5 seconds and ask, how would I react if I truly believed I deserved this love? Sometimes you'll surprise yourself by actually letting it in, even just a little. For the deep divers out there, if you want to really anchor this practice, consider writing yourself a love letter, and yes, make it as corny or serious as you like. It doesn't need to sound like Shakespeare. Just write a few lines each week to yourself, affirming that you are safe, open, and willing to receive every good thing. Read it out loud or tuck it in a drawer for a rainy day. Sometimes those words from yourself are the most healing of all. If you ever find yourself getting frustrated, thinking, why am I not healed yet? Why isn't my heart permanently open and glowing like a neon sign in Vegas? Give yourself some grace. The process of opening and reopening is forever. Think of it like tuning a guitar. Sometimes you wake up and your strings sound perfect, other days you need a little wrenching and finessing. No matter how rusty, you always have music inside you. And remember, laughter is medicine here. The next time you do something awkward in your self-love journey, like accidentally smiling at yourself in a shop window twice, or mixing up your words during an affirmation, let it make you laugh. Humor softens shame and lets light in through the cracks. I want to leave you with one last visualization. Imagine the people you love most, friends, family, even pets. Picture how glad you are when they are happy, how easy it is to want good things for them. Now, turn even a fraction of that energy toward yourself. Visualize sending yourself kindness every morning, even if it's just a thought as simple as, may I be open to receiving joy today. Watch how your relationships shift as you start to mirror this openness out into the world. People, opportunities, and moments of beauty are drawn to hearts that are making space. So, here's your final loving nudge. Try one thing from this video today. Just one. Maybe it's accepting a compliment, writing yourself that letter, or simply saying, I am willing to see love show up everywhere, including in me. Share in the comments what you chose. Your story might be the spark someone else needs. If you want more tools and encouragement on loving yourself and letting more good in, hit that subscribe button and let's build a little community of open-hearted receivers together. Like, comment, share, send this message to a friend who needs it, or keep it bookmarked for days when you forget how wonderful you truly are. Because the ultimate truth is this: you're already woven from the stuff of infinite love, no returns necessary. Give yourself permission to receive, to play, to heal, to let your heart bloom however it needs to. The universe has more love for you than you can ever imagine. All you have to do is say yes, again and again, until receiving love is as natural as breathing. You've got this. I'm grateful for you, and I can't wait to hear about the ways love shows up for you in ways big, small, silly, and spectacular. Thank you for being brave enough to open your heart a little more today than yesterday, and for letting me cheer you on every quirky, beautiful step of the way. Your journey is just beginning. and your heart is exactly where it needs to be.